Hello again everyone and welcome back to my weekly discussion video on this season's fantastic sports anime Run with the Wind. I hope everyone had an excellent week and I hope you all had plenty of downtime to spend with your friends, eat good food, drink some big drinks, watch some anime, and maybe go for a nice run. I know I got to do all of those things. Anyway, this episode was quite the dramatic one. We saw an incredible display of true grit and it made me so pumped. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into this one. Despite the overall dramatic yet uplifting tone of this chapter, it started off in sort of a comic way, more of a rom-comic way to be more specific. It's obvious that the JoJo's twins have a crush on Hana, the team's cute female manager/coach. Right as Jota passes the sash to Joji, he reveals this rather overthought speculation to his brother, and soon enough it is all Joji can think about. He analyzes how he feels about Hana and how his brother feels about Hana and how he feels about it, how his brother feels about Hana and how Hana might feel about them. If you want my honest opinion, everyone, try not to think about this sort of stuff when you're doing things like running a race or other athletic events. It generally doesn't end well. Luckily enough, he concludes that he only likes her as a friend and moves faster. Romance over romance, after all. Plus, I thought it was really cool how the coach followed him closely and said stuff like, "I don't know what this means, but if you like her, then run." A nice way to finish off this leg of the Ekiden. Now for the core of this episode's story. As we know, Shindo is sick. At first I thought it was just a common cold, which is bad enough when you're about to run a race, but his symptoms seem to be bad enough that he would need to wear a mask and hydrate more than usual. He most likely has a fever. Running with a cold is okay at best. It helps open up your nasal passageway a bit and it helps stimulate your lungs. With some people, running off a cold actually helps them get better. I am not a medical expert though. Running with a fever is a whole other story. When your body is already weak from the cold, putting it through strenuous physical pain like running is just too much for it. It was more than obvious that Shindo was having a hard time when he was getting blurry vision and he began falling on his face. Listen guys, I would not suggest running with a fever, ever. However, for the sake of the story and for the sake of good anime, the godchild managed to finish his race with his condition and it was pretty damn amazing. Even though the coach literally got out of his car to run alongside Shindo, telling him to stop running, he just kept going. There was even a point when Shindo stopped completely and just got back up and ran. There is no doubt that he is one of the toughest guys on the team. We saw back in a previous episode how hard he works and how devoted he is, and we saw that hard work in action. Dedication and grit like this proves that runners are tough. If you're a hiring manager and you see that a prospect has done stuff like this in the past, you need to seriously consider hiring them, because this is real. The idea of running on a fever may not be realistic, but the effort someone puts in and the guts they spill despite that is incredible. This is why I am who I am after all. I would never be the badass that I am now without my career in running. So the fifth section marks the end of the first day and the end of the first half of the Hakone Ekiden. Shindo is recovering from a trek through an icy cold hellscape. The guys are catching up with him while he's at home. The runners for the next day's half are resting with a purpose, and Kakeru and Haiji are telling each other just how hard they will coast down the steep slopes of the mountains of Hakone. In next week's episode, Goodbye, Beautiful World. I had a lot of fun watching this episode. It was extremely inspiring. Again, just to be clear, I would never condone undergoing serious physical strenuous exercise like racing while as sick as Shindo was. It can greatly intensify your symptoms and put you at risk. However, from a feel-good anime protagonist standpoint, this scene is guaranteed to cure your symptoms of depression. It was genuinely uplifting and motivating. Thank you so much again for watching everyone. I hope you enjoyed my take on this chapter. If you like my videos and like what I talk about, please be sure to like and subscribe to the content of my YouTube channel, Queen City Otaku. You can follow me on Twitter at RealCLTOtaku to listen to more of what I say and to see more of what I do. I wish everyone a happy, safe, fun weekend, and I will talk to you guys on the next one.